Hey, what's going on? It is your friend Chris Luck, and I am the creator of AIville.com, which is the largest community in the world for people like yourself who are learning how to use AI. I just want to do a quick mic check to make sure that you can all hear me, because the last couple times that I've done these, I forgot to unmute my mic. So I just want to make sure that we are good. And just to do a little shout out to those that are here a little bit early. I know I started a little bit early. I was just really excited to get going. So we have Joe Lucas from Idaho. Thanks for making all these blueprints and YouTube live streams. It's amazing how many ideas you come up with to help people learn AI. Thank you, Joe, for letting me know that. And looks like can't make the live today. Have a prior appointment in a half hour, but you'll catch the replay later. These sessions are so valuable and for me. I love the energy that I get from attending. Thanks very much, Bruce, for letting me know that. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get started. I know that this is the week of Christmas, so I'm not expecting very many people to be here live, which is fine. The good thing is that you all can catch the recording whenever you like. So if you've never seen any of my live streams before and you just kind of jumped onto this because you saw maybe this pop up on YouTube, so what I've done is, even though that I've created the AIville, the community, I started this YouTube channel as well so I could help people just really live a better life with AI. And I've been doing this segment where I did about 10 episodes where I was just showing people ways that they could, make some extra money as a freelancer using AI. And that, because that was a big request that I've been getting inside of AIville. So we only have just about a few more of these live streams of this format. And then I have a new format that we're going to introduce and test out and see how that goes. So I'm just trying to really find my place here on YouTube and just see what people are into, what people like, what people don't like. So, and what's up, Birdie? Thank you for being here. So if you don't mind, let me go ahead and move some things around on my computer. And it's very loud outside my office today. I'm on a main street right now, and there's like a lot of big trucks going by, and there's been a couple fire trucks go by and ambulances go by. So if it gets loud, I do apologize. And as long as you can hear me, that's all that matters. So this is all going to be about how to make money with AI by proofreading books. And the way this is going to work is I'm actually going to have ChatGPT here on the right side of my screen. And then on the left side of my screen, I'm going to show you what to do. So starting off, there's been 1,602 authors that I've discovered that paid a stranger to read all of their work for them. And she turned this reading into a business, and she made at least $72,090, which we'll break down in a second. And it's not from writing books. It's not from ghostwriting. It's actually just catching errors that other people missed. And then the reason why people would actually pay someone to do this is that authors out there, they can't see their own mistakes. They basically have people read someone else read their manuscript. Well, I'm sorry, they read their manuscript too many times, and their brain autocorrects what their eyes see, and they need a fresh set of eyes before publishing. Sorry, it's a Monday, and my live streams on Monday are always a little rough, and fresh eyes are always worth just the money for people to go through and read their manuscripts. So you're going to get the exact model to clone here in minutes, and then I'm going to give you prompts that proofread like a professional editor. So if you want to get into this business of proofreading, you're going to get my prompts. You can just follow along. You can copy and paste. And I'm going to show you also how you could build a complete, freelance business doing this, and build a freelance gig and offer services and everything really before you go to bed tonight, if that's something you want to do. And I have a prompt you can use for that as well. So if you would like to see how to make over $72,000 proofreading, I have found this little gem over on Fiverr. Her name is Laura, and you can see here she charges $45 to just proofread 5,000 words. She currently has she had 1,602 reviews as of like 2 hours ago. Now she's at 1,603 reviews. So she made $45 between the time I checked this and then when I went live. And that has come out to minimum. She's brought in at least $72,090. But if you actually look at how many orders she's completed 2,300 orders. So she's actually made way more than the $72,000 that I mentioned. But the way that we can look at this as like a guaranteed bare minimum is that she charges a minimum of $45. She also has a $90 package and she has a $135 package. But if you just take the $45 and times that by the number of reviews, the people that got a service and left a review, that's where that number came from. Now, her reputation really built her empire because she delivers the same service thousands of times, and she has a very predictable process every time someone is to put in an order, and then authors are going to return with their next book, and then you could actually build much faster than Laura did by doing the same model that she's doing, but AI will actually catch the errors, and I designed a prompt for you that will actually do everything for you in just like one go, and you can clone her structure immediately, and then early movers that want to get into this will really still have room to win. And it looks like we have a lot of you that are really that really going alive in the live chat. So thank you very much. Thanks, Michael, by saying can't get enough of this. I appreciate it. I will say I love to read the comments too for people that leave comments after my live stream. So they weren't live, but they left a comment on the video, and I love to like read all of them. And there was one comment I wanted to actually feature it today, but then I lost it in the comments in my live streams. But somebody asked me like, if all this stuff is actually making money, then why am I taking the time to teach this when it's actually making money? And that's they completely missed the whole point as to why I'm on YouTube. So again, I'm on YouTube because I feel like I'm here just to be a really good service to others, and I do a really good job, finding pockets and ways to use AI, because again, I'm the creator of AIville, and I see what's working, I see what people are doing, and it's a lot of fun to just put a whole blueprint together and then show up on YouTube and share the blueprint with you, and then have as many people, take this blueprint and run with it as they like. So that's my skill, is doing that. I could totally put all these blueprints to use myself, but that's not my purpose in life, and that's not something I want to do. I much rather put the blueprints together for you. So in case anyone else is wondering the same thing. Okay, so every author out there is going to share their same embarrassing fear. So typos destroy credibility instantly. One error is going to make readers question everything. Bad reviews mention typos constantly, and then professional reputation is really going to hang on your polish. And self-publishing exploded the market because Amazon now made it where anybody out there can be an author. So there's a lot of authors just coming out of the woodwork, and traditional gatekeepers have disappeared, and authors, they need editors more than ever, because a lot of authors are using, especially AI now, to write books, but they don't know how to do proper editing and formatting. So writers will be willing to pay to avoid humiliation, and they have invested months or years of writing. They can't just risk launching a book with errors. So $45 is nothing compared to the embarrassment that they would have. It's going good, Jared. How's it going with you? Thanks for asking how I'm doing. Okay, so AI is going to catch what exhausted eyes miss. So this is why you would want to use AI to do something like this, because machines, they never get tired, they never get bored, they scan every word with equal attention, and it catches patterns that humans glaze over, processes thousands of words in minutes. I'm going to show you this live. You can go far beyond the basic spell check. So you can find contextual errors that autocorrect is going to miss. You can spot inconsistencies in characters' names. You can identify pacing and flow issues. You can deliver professional quality every single time, inconsistent results on every manuscript, and detailed feedback that impresses authors, and turnaround times that beat competitors. So AI is going to be your tool if you actually want to get in as a freelancer and then offer proofreading is a service to people. This is how you're going to do it. So like I said, I like to show everybody how you could actually just use ChatGPT to do this. Now, if you are an AIville member, we obviously have ChatGPT 5.2 Pro. In any future version of ChatGPT that comes out, you could just use that inside of AIville. You don't need to actually go get a subscription with ChatGPT. If you prefer to use this with Gemini or Claude or anything like that, you can do that as well. But I'm just showing ChatGPT here why we're live, because I want you to know you don't have to be a member of AIville to be able to pull this off. You can actually just go do this on your own. Now, that being said, if you want the ability to copy and paste the prompt that I'm about to share with you, you would have to be a member of AIville. And if you are a member, all you got to do is you come into AIville and you click on AI Blueprints here on the left, and then you're going to find the blueprint that's going to be called Book Proofreader. And that's actually the blueprint that I'm going through right now. So if you want to just be able to copy and paste this prompt and not have to keep up and like pause and play and like manually write the prompt down that I'm giving to you right now, that's kind of your shortcut. But you don't have to be a member to get the prompt. Again, you could just pause and play the recording of this live stream, and you can get the prompt that way too. So here we go. Hey, what's up, Dax? I haven't seen you in forever. Text me sometime. I would love to see what you're up to now. And thanks, Michael, by sharing this on Facebook. And what's up, Kat? Thanks for popping in all the way from Oregon. So, all right, here is the first prompt out of 3. So there's going to be 3 prompts I'm going to give you to pull this off. So the first prompt is going to be the manuscript perfectionist. The second prompt is going to be the fiction continuity editor. The third prompt is going to be the nonfiction fact checker. And if you kind of stick around, I'll even show you a prompt that can launch your entire proofreading business right now. And then I'm going to show you 10 ways to attract high-paying authors. So a lot to cover. So starting off with the manuscript perfectionist. So I'm going to read this out loud. For those of you that don't want to be a member of AIville and have to pay to get this prompt, you can actually just copy it while I'm here live if you prefer to do that. And all right, so here's the prompt. First, you're obviously going to need a manuscript. This will work also if you have if you have a script for let's say a video sales letter or a long form sales letter or a book or a report or a white paper, anything that is a lot of words and a lot of characters, you'll be able to use this. And I'll show you an example live. So first, let me read it. You're a world-class book proofreader who has polished manuscripts for best-selling authors. Step 1, context check. Before reading, understand the genre, style, guide, fiction versus nonfiction, the author's voice, any specific concerns mentioned. Step 2, error sweep. So scan the entire manuscript for misspellings, typos, wrong words, spell check missed, inconsistent name spellings, and accidental word repetitions. Step 3, grammar review. Check every sentence for subject-verb agreement, verb tense issues, pronoun problems, misplaced modifiers, fragments, run-ons, and parallel structure. Step 4, punctuation audit. So verify comma usage, apostrophe. That's the worst. That's the worst word to read out loud. Apostrophes. I always want to say aspertopes, or I mess that up in school too all the time. Quotation marks, semicolons, colons, hyphens, and dialogue punctuation. Step 5, consistency check. You want to track character names, place names, timeline accuracy, number formatting, capitalization, British versus American English throughout. Step 6 is formatting review. So check the paragraph indentation, chapter heading, scene breaks, spacing, page breaks, and front and back matter. Step 7, deliver. So provide the corrected manuscript with track changes and error summary by category, recurring issues to watch, any suggestions for deeper editing if needed. The manuscript to proofread is see uploaded file. So if you are a member here, you would just go ahead and hit copy, and then you come over to your favorite AI of choice. I'm just using ChatGPT, so we'll paste that in. And then now I need to upload the file. So I actually have remember here, I could go to Laura, pay her $45, and she will proofread 500 words for me. I actually have a text document that is 8,223 words. This is of a letter that I'm writing that also is going to turn into a book. Once I have more words, I'm going to be adding to it. That's also going to turn into like a video sales letter. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. So it's not an actual book. This is just a manuscript. So it's called The Great Divide. So I'm uploading it right now, and we're just going to send that over to ChatGPT. And sorry if I sound congested, and if you hear me clearing my throat and my nose, my daughter, 13-year-old daughter, has the flu, and I feel like the whole house is getting it right now going into Christmas, and it sucks, but I'm still here. The good thing is I can still power through it when on a live stream. Okay. What's up, Queen Bee? Thank you for being here all the way from Montreal. Okay, so here, just at the time of me just jibber jabbering, you can see I've completed a full professional proofreading pass on your manuscript, following your exact 7-step workflow, treating it as a near final book draft, not a casual edit. So then it goes in through the context check. It's going through an error sweep. It's saying like no spelling errors, no incorrect, all this. It did find some minor issues and a few instances of unnecessary filler words. And It gave me a grammar review. It gave me the punctuation audit. It gave me a consistency check. It gave me a formatting review. It gave me deliverables. It's given me the error summary by category. So where do I have errors and what's kind of severe? Some recurring issues to watch, some optional next level editing suggestions, the final verdict. And then it's basically saying, do I want AI to give me track changes in a Word doc? That is what you would actually want to deliver to somebody if you're offering this as a service to someone. An audiobook, optimized pass, or a line edit for maximum impact. So, or you could ask it to even give you some more stuff. So that, my friend, is the first prompt. So the second prompt is going to be the fiction continuity editor. So I always like to give you 3 prompts. When I give you a blueprint on how to do something with AI, I like to give you a couple different ways to do it, because it's always just good to kind of see all the options, and you want to have more skills or more tools, in your tool belt whenever you're actually doing this and offering this as a service to somebody. Because I wanted to give you a fiction prompt for people that have, fiction books or manuscripts, but also a prompt for people that have nonfiction. And let's say they just want facts checked, then you can have that too. So here's the fiction continuity editor. So you're an elite fiction editor who catches continuity errors, plot holes, and inconsistencies that break the reader immersion. Step 1, build a story Bible. So as you read, document character names, descriptions, relationships, location details, timeline of events, magic, technology rules, recurring symbols or objects. Step 2, character consistency audit. Flag any changes in physical traits, personality shifts, knowledge inconsistencies, characters knowing things that they shouldn't, relationship contradictions, and voice speech patterns. Step 3, timeline verification. You want to map the chronology and catch impossible timing, contradictory event sequences, age inconsistencies, seasonal date errors, and time travel problems. Step 4, setting the continuity check. You want to verify physical layouts, distances between locations, environmental details, objects present and seen, and stay consistent. Step 5, plot logic review. You want to identify plot holes, unresolved storylines, contradictory information, motivations that don't track, and coincidences that strain belief. Step 6, world building consistency. You want to verify magic or technology rules and establish limitations, world history references, and cultural details remain stable throughout. Step 7, deliver. Provide a continuity report organized by category with page references, plus a clean story Bible document the author can reference for future books. The manuscript to review, uploaded file. So I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste it in. Now, this isn't really a fictional story that I'm working on. It does have a little bit of fictional elements to it, but just to show you, I'm just going to drop what I have so you can see what it can do. And thanks, Deborah, by saying you love the gold shamrock cap. I appreciate it. This is a new one, by the way. And thanks, Dax, for saying that AIville looks sick AF. I appreciate it. And Chris's cap is fire. Can't wait for him to start his own. Yeah, me too. I definitely want to start a hat line, and it is going to happen. And I actually really thought about it too. And I'm going to tell you, it is not going to be specifically related to just luck and like shamrocks. I have something that's going to be far more better and far more fun and something I'm personally passionate about. And it is coming in 2026. And it's going to be it's a fun little project I'm going to do, but I got to find like the best possible hat manufacturer that I can get for the best quality materials and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like Dax, you might know somebody that could kind of point me in the right direction. I was looking into reaching out to Hat Launch, which is kind of people that live around us and have a warehouse around us. Okay, so let's go. Sorry, getting a little off track there. So let's go ahead and see. It is reading the document. So that this is the second prompt, and it's like below is a professional editor. You know what? Let me zoom in so you can actually read that a little better. So below is a professional fiction editor continuity audit of The Great Divide following your requested 7-step process. And so it's going through continuity and consistency. So The Great Divide, the story Bible. So this is a nonfiction narrative using extended metaphor and personal testimony to describe a widening societal divide caused by AI adoption, framed through metaphor of trains, doors, and compounding acceleration. The primary narrator, Chris Luck, that's me, and first-person guide, witness, and eventual protagonist, and then timeline anchor points. It's going through key locations, recurring symbols and motifs that I talk about, world rules. Then it goes through a character consistency audit. It's talking about the strengths, the potential issues, some recommendations. So this is stuff I'm actually going to be I'm going to be running my manuscript through these 3 prompts many times to really keep improving on it. The setting continuity check, and then it goes in through the plot logic review. Then it goes into the world building consistency. Then it goes into my deliverables. It goes into the clean story Bible for future books. It goes into a final editorial verdict. And then now it can, if I want, the next steps could be a date, fact, future proofing pass, a neutrality smoothing pass for skeptical readers, or a story Bible expansion for a sequel or companion volume. So this is just super, super cool stuff. I'm a nerd when it comes to this. I don't know if you're all into this or not, but if you're watching this live stream, you're probably watching this live stream because you're interested in like what people could do with AI to go out there and like make some extra money and be a freelancer and, you know, all that kind of stuff going into 2026. And Precious, how do I create these prompts? I have a bunch of different agents that I put together to take some prompts and expand on them. We cross check them, and we actually have prompts and agents that go and improve prompts that I come up with. So it's a long process, and I might create a live stream on that too. But the prompts that I create, I will tell you right now, the ones that I give you are as bulletproof as possible, and it's like the best possible outcome that you're going to get for what these prompts are designed to do. Next is a nonfiction fact checker. And thank you by saying that you're loving every moment. I appreciate it. So and by the way, for those of you that are watching this, even though we don't have a ton of people live this week on my live streams, because again, I know it's Christmas, if you can, do me a favor and just like this video if you're here live, if you actually like it, because 2 things can really help me by doing these live streams is seeing what content people actually like that is showing up live. And also, if you hit the share button and just share it on LinkedIn or Facebook or wherever you spend your time outside of where you're at right now, that can really help too. So you could just click the share button. It'll give you a link you can copy. And then when you go share it somewhere, just be like, loving this guy teaching AI or whatever you want to do. That kind of stuff will really help me, and it'll get more people showing up to our live stream. The more people that show up to a live stream, the more energy I have, the longer I'll go on these, which means the more information you're going to get. So next is going to be the nonfiction fact checker. So you are a senior editorial fact checker who has worked with major publishers to verify nonfiction manuscripts before publication. Step 1, flag verifiable claims. Identify every statistic, historical date and event, attributed. I never know the right words to say, the right way to say some of these words. I'm a terrible reader, by the way. Attributed quote, scientific claim, organization reference, and biological detail about real people. Step 2, source evaluation. So for each cited source, verify it says what the author claims is credible and current, is findable, quotes are accurately in the context, and interprets statistics correctly. Step 3, factual accuracy review. So you want to verify historical events and dates, scientific consensus, current status of people and organizations mentioned, geographic and demographic info, and technical accuracy in specialized subjects. Step 4 is going to be logic and argument check. So flag logical fallacies, conclusions that don't follow from evidence, overgeneralizations, correlation as causation errors, and missing context that changes meaning. Step 5 is consistency audit. You want to catch contradicting statistics, conflicting claims across chapters, timeline inconsistencies, and case studies and terminology used inconsistently. Step 6 is legal risk scan. So flag unverified claims about living people, potentially defamatory statements, trademark or copyright concerns, and legally challengeable claims. Step 7, deliver. Provide a fact check report with confirmed claims, questionable claims with concerns noted, errors with corrections, sources needing strengthening, legal flags, and recommendations for reworking or expert review. The manuscript to fact check, uploaded file. So you could just pause, play, and copy that prompt, or it's here inside of AIville. You can just do what I do and hit copy. And then you come over and hit paste. And then I'm going to upload the document, and then I'm going to send that off. And thank you, Cap, by saying both done. I appreciate it. That Oh, and then Pamela says, what's the difference between 45 and 145? So Pamela's referring to Laura here that is on Fiverr, which is the case study that we broke down of someone that is making boatload of money just proofreading books. So basic is she charges $45 for proofreading 5,000 words. She charges $90 for 10,000 words and $135 for 15,000 words. So when someone that goes to her with a book that they want edited, she's just basically charging more for more words. And all you have to do, it doesn't matter how many words people give to you, you're just going to be dropping the document directly into ChatGPT anyway, and then having it go do its thing. So what it's doing right now is it went out, and my manuscript that I had for this Great Divide didn't actually have a lot of things. I didn't cite a lot of stuff. But so this is kind of not a great example, but I want you to see what the output is. So step 1, flag verifiable claims. ChatGPT. So I mentioned that ChatGPT was released to the public on Wednesday, November 30th, and it was. So it fact checked all that. It fact checked everything that I have in there. Then it goes through source evaluation. So it says what's missing. The manuscript does not cite any sources for the adoption number. So I need to make sure that whenever I say that ChatGPT got to 1 million in 5 days, 100 million in 2 months, and 800 million in 2 years, I need to say where I got those numbers from, which that's great because my manuscript is like not even in rough draft mode. It's like rough draft. So that's why I'm going to run my own manuscript through this multiple times to make sure that I can actually put in the right sources and data and everything like that. So it actually went out there and found and verified externally the credible sources. So I didn't have to go out there and figure this stuff out. It's actually going and finding that information for me and tell me where it's coming from. Like it's coming from OpenAI, it's coming from Reuters, it's coming from X, it's coming from ITU, it's coming again from Reuters. So it's also going to do a factual accuracy review, and then it's going to give me some questionable or things that need tightening. So just revising wording or adding some additional sources. And it's just going to keep going and going and going. So again, that's the thing is, if you're brand new to prompting, you should always really, if you could improve yourself as someone using AI over someone else using AI, you need to get really good at prompting. So what I like to do inside of AIville is I like to give you just the best the best, like if it was a video game and what you're looking at, like if you could rate the complexity of a prompt from 1 to 10, like this, a level 1 prompt would say, I need you to proofread a manuscript. Here it is. That would be a level 1 prompt. What you're looking at here is like a level 10 prompt. So if you're a gamer or you know anyone that's into gaming, I'm showing you what the best possible prompt engineering would be for this output. So if you're looking at this and you're like, oh my God, this is crazy. This is like way over my head. No, you don't have to come up with this stuff on your own. I've already come up with it for you. So all you got to do is hit copy and then go run with it. Now, if you want to really see a lot of other really cool prompts inside of AIville, we actually have this section called AI prompts. And if I open up AI prompts, we have over 30,000 right now as of today, 30,988 prompts inside of AIville. We have 20,000 prompts just for ChatGPT. So you can come in here and actually see, if you want to see like really, in-depth prompts, like a prompt for bodybuilding meal plan and a macro guide, you can click on this, and then we actually have, it tells you what the prompt is, it shows you when to use it. Then this is the prompt. I mean, this again is like a level 10 prompt. And then it goes into explaining the placeholders and how to replace the placeholders. It tells you what the prompt produces. It tells you tips for getting the best results with that prompt. And we have 30,000 of these prompts inside of AIville. So if you really want to get good at prompting, the best way to get good at prompting is to actually look at very high level prompts and then just, either use them. Don't worry about even trying to come up with your own. Just use what's already out there, or use what's already out there to come up with your own ideas. Okay. Dr. Regis, It looks like I'm invisible to you here. Why do you answer inside everybody else but me? So there's a lot of people that are coming through the live stream, and when I'm actually looking at my two windows you see here, so I'm looking at ChatGPT and I'm looking at AIville. Not always am I going to catch everybody in the live streams, but I do. And then I'll scroll up later and see actually what your question was, because I love to stick around to the very end of these, and I'll just spend time hanging out and answering all your questions live. Okay, next is let's say you're very interested in what this whole live stream was about, which was getting paid to proofread books using AI. And maybe you're really excited that you saw Laura here, who is made at least $72,000 proofreading books that you can do with AI. But let's say you don't know how to start a business doing this. You don't know, you've never been a freelancer. You don't know how you would set up an account. You don't know how you set up a profile. You don't know how you would set up your services and your gigs. And you don't know how, I saw someone earlier asked about pricing. You don't know how to do the pricing and the structuring. I got you. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you could just go to sellonfiverr.com. You go to sellonfiverr.com, it'll take you to Fiverr, and then you just become a seller. And then you can do this from anywhere in the world. You're not going to have to pay for it. And so you can just create your free account. And then what I would recommend doing is, as you're going through the process of creating your account, it's going to ask, what's your name going to be? What do you want your seller name to be? It doesn't have to be your first and last name. You can come up with anything you want. If your name was Pat, it could be like Proofreader, Pat the Proofreader. You could come up with your own bio. You can come up with your own all kinds of stuff. But before you go through setting up your account to become a seller, I got a prompt you should use. And yeah, Dax, I actually use this reference all the time, cheat codes. So for people that are brand new to AI and they don't really understand what a prompt is, think of it as like a cheat code to actually get something done much faster. Okay. And yes, Precious Channel, there is a search feature with finding the prompts inside of AIville. So if you want, you could actually go in, when you go into AIville and you go to our AI prompts here, you would, if you want to search for prompts, let's say just about, since we're on the topic of making money, you could just click on search prompts and type in make money. And we even have an auto suggest that will come down and suggest things for you. So if you want to see how you could literally make money selling wedding speech templates and see examples for that, you click on it and it'll take you and it'll show you what the prompt's designed to do, when to use the prompt. And again, this would be your level 10 prompt that you could use. And some of these prompts are way more in depth than what I'll cover on a live stream, because I try to respect your time on a live stream, and I don't want you to have to sit through me reading through a prompt for 10 minutes. So they're all in here. So anyway, that's how you do that. And oh, that's cool. Look at this. I followed the steps Chris outlined for us in another live, and it worked perfect. I love that. Tell me what worked perfect, just so I know. Okay, so let's go back to. That's what I love about these live streams, is that I can actually interact with all of you here live. And I don't want to get too far off of what we're doing. So once I get through showing you how to create your proofreading business, and then I'm going to show you 10 ways you can get clients immediately, then I'm going to hang out and we're just going to answer some live Q&A, because I'm in a fun Q&A mood, and I've got some cool stuff to show you that's kind of just random. And okay, so first let's talk about how to launch a proofreading empire. So again, if you want, you can just copy this prompt. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to add anything. You don't have to upload anything. It's all done for you. So you're just going to hit copy. You come over to ChatGPT and hit paste. But before I do that, for those that don't want to join AIville, they just want to read this and copy and paste on their own, this is for you. Okay. So you are an elite Fiverr growth consultant who has helped sellers reach top rated status and six-figure earnings. Build me a complete ready-to-launch Fiverr gig for book proofreading services that can compete with sellers making $70,000 or more. This is a bad time to get the hiccups. Step 1, competitive intelligence. Analyze the top 10 book proofreading sellers, what they charge, their gig titles, what makes their descriptions work, what negative reviews complain about, gaps to exploit, and keywords to rank for. Step 2, my positioning. Define my unique angle, my ideal buyer, pain points I solve better than others, the transformation I promise, and why buyers should trust me. Step 3, killer gig titles. 3 killer gig titles. So create 3 SEO optimized gig titles under 80 characters that include high volume keywords, promise clear outcomes, and stand out. Step 4, high converting gig description. Write a complete description with attention grabbing hook, pain points authors feel, what I deliver, why it's different, deliverables list, my process, credibility without arrogance, and a soft close call to action. Step 5, 3 strategic packages. So again, this is for those of you that were kind of worried earlier. I saw in the chat that you're worried about like how to charge and what packages you should put together. So this is going to be for you. So let AI do it. Create a starter, a standard, which is the most popular, and premium tiers with pricing. Word count limits, turnaround times, inclusions, and who each is best for. Premium includes extras like style sheet creation. Step 6, 5 upsells. We didn't even cover this, but you can create 5 add-ons with strategic pricing. Like you could literally charge like $10 for expedited delivery, Kindle formatting, back cover polish, and beta reader feedback, and query letter review. Step 7, SEO strategy. You want to provide primary keywords for the title, secondary keywords for the description, and all 5 tags. Step 8, gig images. So for the cover image, you want to have it give you the headline text, visual style, color scheme, describe 3 portfolio image concepts. Step 9, 10 FAQs. So write 10 FAQs that kill buyer objections, genre experience, turnaround, revisions, etc. Step 10, launch checklist. You want a step-by-step checklist to go live today. Generate everything now, no questions needed. The reason I read that out loud is for those of you that are not members of AIville and you just want to copy that, you can copy and paste, or write it as I was reading it. So, okay, so let's go here and we're going to paste this in. And I see your, Dr. Regis, I see your question. I'll get to it whenever we get through this. Okay, so I'm just, again, you don't have to change anything. You don't have to add anything. You don't have to upload anything. You just copy and paste. And then we're going to come here and thank you, Joseph Lucas. Says I have to go check on my aunt. I'm going to finish watching later. Loving this so far. Thank you, Chris. You're welcome. Thank you for letting me know that as well. Okay, so now that we've just sent that prompt over, this is what it did. So below is a complete ready-to-launch Fiverr gig built to compete with top book proofreaders earning $70K plus a year. Step 1, competitive intelligence. So it's telling you what the top book readers are charging. It's giving you the high-performing gig titles. It's going to tell you what their descriptions that do well. It's going to tell you what buyers complain about. It's going to tell you the gaps you can exploit. It's going to give you keywords that top sellers rank for. It's going to give you your positioning. So your unique angle, for those of you that have any type of, if you have any type of concern that you're not going to be able to get into this because there's people out there they've already got thousands of reviews and, why you? This is just let AI kind of help you out here. So your unique angle is you specialize in author-safe proofreading. You fix mistakes without touching the author voice. The ideal buyer is first-time authors, self-publishing authors, nonfiction experts, fiction writers preparing for launch. Here's your pain points. You solve better than others. So you let them know. You'll help them solve the fear of embarrassing grammar mistakes, fear of losing their personal writing voice, fear of bad reviews on Amazon, confusion between editing and proofreading. This is like very deep psychological, weaponized copywriting that's going to help people really want to choose you over everybody else. And then you go into 3 killer gig titles. So instead of saying, Laura here has made over $70,000 proofreading books, and her title is I will proofread, or I will be your professional book editor and proofreader. You could come out of the gate and your gig title could say, I will professionally proofread your book for errors, clarity, and flow. Or I will proofread your book without changing your writing voice. I will proofread your novel or nonfiction book for publishing. So your title is telling you what you're going to do, and you're addressing a fear that they have in their mind that they didn't even realize. Then here's your high converting gig description. Instead of saying something like, hi, my name's Laura, and I'm a proofreader and editor who has been fortunate enough to have worked with a plethora of talented authors, blah, 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 blah. Everybody that I find on Fiverr that are just killing it, it blows my mind because their gig description is so bad because their gig description it's all talking about them. It's one thing if you have accolades or awards or anything like that. But this Imagine if someone's trying to think, should they go with Laura or should they go with you, a brand new seller? Imagine your gig description could say, your book deserves readers, not refunds. A single typo can ruin credibility in reviews. The author pain is that you've worked for months on this book. Now you're worried about grammar mistakes slipping through, losing your personal voice, negative reviews killing your launch, trusting someone who over edits. What I deliver. I provide a professional book proofreading. I provide professional book proofreading that fixes grammar, blah, 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 blah. Here's what you get. Here's my process. Here's my credibility without arrogance. Here's a soft close. And then you can have a credibility section too, even though you're brand new and you don't have a customer yet. You just say, I work with authors who care about quality. My focus is accuracy, clarity, and respect for your voice. I mean, the prompt that I've engineered for you, that I gave you to give you this type of output is what's going to put you on the map, and it's going to work for you, even if you're brand new. Step 5 is 3 strategic packages. For those of you that are considering doing this, but you don't know what to charge, the starter package is $35 up to 5,000 words. Here's your delivery. Here's what it includes. Here's your standard package. And then here is the price, the words, the delivery, what it includes. Premium package. Then it's going to give you upsells. So you could offer 24-hour delivery for $50 extra, Kindle and ebook formatting, back cover blurb polish, and so on. Here's your SEO keyword strategy. Here's your gig images. Here's 10 FAQs. Here's your launch checklist. And then if you want the next steps, it can write your Fiverr buyer response templates for you. It can create your order requirement questions, and it can optimize this gig for Fiverr search boosting. So all you need to do when you're inside of AIville, just find this blueprint, find the one where it says how to launch your proofreading empire tonight, hit copy, and just let AI do everything for you. Now, let's say all right, so now you got your account created, you're ready to go, and you created your gigs and you're ready to go. Now what? Well, you could just sit there and wait, which I've actually had people that have, you can read the comments in some of my other live streams. There's people that have done exactly what I've given to them, the prompts and everything, and they were getting orders coming in within 30 minutes. That is how many people are actually on Fiverr wanting people to do stuff for them. Even though AI is easy to use, the more that you start using it, the majority of people in the world are scared of it. They don't know how to use it. They don't know what to say. They much rather pay someone $40 to just do something for them. They don't care if it's done by AI or not. They're dealing with a human that's going to give them a result. So, all right. So let's say you could sit there and wait for orders to come in, or here's 10 easy ways to attract high-paying authors. First, you could optimize your Fiverr presence. So for this, you could use keywords like book proofreader, show sample edited pages as images, highlight genre expertise that you offer. You could price your mid-tier as most popular. Create social proof content. So you could share common errors that you catch. You could post about author success stories. You could screenshot glowing review highlights and link your gig in every bio that you have outside of Fiverr. You could target self-publishing communities. So join Kindle author Facebook groups, offer free sample edits on first pages, answer formatting questions generously, and build reputation before pitching. You could leverage places like Goodreads and Book Twitter. So you could simply connect with indie authors directly, comment on publishing discussions, share editing tips that help writers. You can position yourself as a resource. You can build a portfolio of sample edits. So you could edit public domain book excerpts just to have something to start editing. You could show your markup style very clearly. You could demonstrate different genre expertise, and you could upload best samples to your gallery. You can offer micro value first, so you could proofread one page for free in groups. You could share common mistake lists publicly. You could create free self-editing checklists. You could turn lurkers into paying clients. You can partner with complementary services. So you could connect with cover designers, network with book formatters, build referral relationships with ghostwriters. You could cross-promote with book marketers. You could create content that attracts, so like post TikToks about embarrassing typos in famous books, and make YouTube shorts on common author mistakes, write threads on self-editing before hiring, drive all of your traffic to your Fiverr bio. You can offer recurring author packages. So you could do a series packages for multi-book authors, priority slots for repeat clients, retainer for prolific writers, and then build predictable income streams by always being their go-to proofreader. And just simply, my favorite is ask happy authors for referrals. So you could, for instance, just request reviews immediately after delivery, ask who else is finishing a manuscript, You could offer referral discounts and stay on top of mind always. So understanding all of that and asking for referrals, one of my favorite things that I like to kind of, before I go into just live Q&A for anyone that has, by the way, if you have any questions you want me to answer live or just anything you want me to kind of chat about, post it in the chat now, because it usually takes there's a little bit of a delay from the time that I, ask you to say something in the chat to the time that I see it. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting, I always like to close out my live streams by talking about the Great Divide. So most people will do nothing with this live stream. They will nod and they'll never open ChatGPT. They'll never post a service on Fiverr. But I believe you're not like most people, because you stayed all the way to the end of this live stream to hear me say that. And I really want to invite you to just stay on the right side of the divide, because I stream at least a few times a week on this channel. And if you haven't done so already, you just go to my YouTube channel, which you're probably on right now. But when you go to my main page, you're going to find me here. Just hit the subscribe button. And then what you do is that you click on it and then turn on all notifications. Because the thing with YouTube is, if you just subscribe to my channel, you'll never know exactly when I go live unless you turn on all notifications. Then you'll get like a little notification in your app or on YouTube itself. Up here in your little notification thing at the very top, you click on it and you'll see all the notifications that you'll have. And you'll see when I went live previously, you can click on your little notification bell and you'll see the previous live streams that I went. It'll be right there at the top. So then you can, if you happen to miss a live stream, you can catch up on my previous ones. And each one of the live streams that I do, I'm always going to make sure that I put in something that is going to show you another way you could get paid using AI. Because one of the most popular things that people talk about inside of AIville is about how they're using AI for freelancing, how they're using AI to grow their business, how they're using AI to start a business, which makes sense because AI right now is like the fastest growing technology that we have ever seen in humanity. And just like with any new type of revolution, like the Industrial Revolution, all that, there's a lot of new businesses and job opportunities that has never existed before that are now possible for people to do. So there's no, I'm not surprised that the majority of the people that are inside of AIville are wanting to learn how to use it to really live a better life, and to do so by making some extra money. So I'll make sure that I always include things in my live streams, even though I'm going to have live streams coming up here after the holidays where I'm not always going to be leading the live streams off by saying, this is how you're going to make money doing this. Because I don't want to be this guy that, comes across on YouTube as like a make money with AI guy. I'm just doing, I did like a series of 10 live streams because I'm on this topic, because there's a request for it. And then now that I've done those, I have another kind of batch of style of live streams I want to do, and I want to see how those go. And then I've got to still find my way on YouTube and see like what people want, what people enjoy the most out of what I teach. So missing my streams are just going to be meaning you're going to be falling behind, because no matter what, everything that I go live and talk about is the most current. I'm giving you the most current up-to-date stuff. I'm using the most current up-to-date models, and I'm showing you just ways that people are using this kind of stuff and making some pretty significant income. So definitely do this before you leave. If you can, like this video if you found it useful, because that helps me to go back and look at like what videos were useful to people versus which ones weren't. Subscribe, and like you saw, turn on all notifications, and now you know why. Sharing this video on social media is really going to create momentum, because if you share this, you're going to help more people discover this channel. More people that come to these live streams means there's going to be more energy. More energy means there's going to be longer live streams. I'm going to want to stick around if there's a lot of questions and stuff. And longer live streams means you're going to get a lot more value. So it's really easy to just click the share link and share it, because I'm always going to be doing these for free anyway. So that is everything that I got for you. And if you need access to this blueprint, again, you go inside of AIville, and when you click on AI blueprints here on the left, by the way, look at this. We're here on the left-hand side. When I was at the AI prompts earlier, there has been 17 new prompts added to our AI prompts directory since I was just looking at it a little bit ago, that's because we have a full-time team that is building, creating, testing, and publishing prompts for you in our prompt directory. But anyway, you go to AI Blueprints, and then the blueprints, you go to the book Proofreader, and that's where you're going to be able to find these 3 prompts: the manuscript perfectionist, the fiction continuity editor, the nonfiction fact checker, and then the prompt to actually launch your business, and then 10 ways to attract your authors. And if you want to see it full screen, you just click the little full screen thing and you'll go full screen, and then you can zoom in if you really want to read it very easily like I was with you. So, all right, so let's go ahead and take a look here at what kind of questions we had. Okay, so let me scroll up here for a second because I know Dr. Regis had a question earlier. And okay, so his question was for Gamma AI at AIville, which I use for many ongoing. My question is am I missing Gamma AI? No, you shouldn't, because you just come here to AIville, and when you click on AI tools, if we don't have, if you meant to say Gemini, we have Gemini, but if you're saying Gamma, we don't have Gamma in the AI tool directory. If you needed to use Gamma AI, as you probably already know, that's just gamma.app. So we full on platforms like what Gamma is, like presentations and stuff like that, where they have all these different things that they do. They don't have an API for us to pull all of their stuff and then offer it to you inside of AIville. The tools out there that do have APIs we can tap into and offer to you as a member of AIville, we do. So that's probably why you don't see Gamma in there. Let's see. Attended several of your live streams and appreciate your content. Question, can I build a custom GPT or Claude skill to automate the entire process rather than copying and pasting each prompt? Yeah, so what I would actually recommend doing is if you want to, here, I'll show you right now. And I don't like to show stuff inside of AIville because I don't want this to be like a pitch for AIville. So I like to show people how they can do this on their own, outside of AIville. So if you want, what I would recommend doing is here, let's go to the prompt let me go back to, great question, by the way. So let's go to the book proofreader, and then we'll do the 3 prompts. We'll do the manuscript perfectionist. Well, you know what? Yeah, let's do the nonfiction fact checker. Okay, so again, the question was if instead of copying and pasting a prompt every time, could he build a custom GPT or Claude skill to automate this? So yeah, you could do either. But I actually wouldn't do. I wouldn't build like a custom GPT. I would use projects, and so you could use it depending on what you prefer using the most. If you prefer using ChatGPT, you'd create a ChatGPT project. If you prefer using Claude, you'd create a Claude project. So what you would do is you would just go into here. Let's just go into Claude, and then I would just go to my projects, and I create a new project. So inside of Claude, when you go to create a new project, you would just say fact checker. We'll say nonfiction fact checker. Fact check nonfiction books. Okay, so you create a project. And then for here, now, before you can actually do anything with this project, what you need to be doing is you need to give it instructions, right? So you come down to where it says instructions, and you just hit the little plus sign. And now this is where you copy and paste the prompt that you get out of AIville. So you just paste it in here. So then this is where you'll have to tweak it a little bit, but just follow along. So you're basically going to say you keep everything exactly the same, but then you say the manuscript to fact check will be what I upload into the project. Then when I upload a manuscript, don't ask questions, just do everything above in these instructions. Okay, so then you hit save instructions. So now you have the instructions, right? So then you got your project set up. This would be equivalent to like you've got an agent ready to go. And then now you go create your Fiverr profile. You're just waiting for orders to come in. And then when an order comes in, someone's like, hey, I've got a nonfiction book. It's like 10,000 words. Can you fact check it for me? And you're like, absolutely. Give me your script. I will fact check it for you. They give you the script, and then you just come into your project that you created in Claude. You don't have to copy and paste that prompt again. You just come in here and drop the script in, and then now I'll test this live. You never know if this is going to work or not. But when you drop it in, I set the instructions to where I shouldn't have to tell it anything. I can just drop in a document and it should just know what to do. Let's see if that works. So I don't know. I haven't tested this. So I'm going to try. So we're just sending it, and then we're going to see if that prompt can just now automatically do what it needs to do. And it looks like the user has uploaded a manuscript file for fact checking. It's reading right now. Here, we can actually expand so you can see what it's doing. So it is reading, it's thinking, it's reading, it's thinking, it's continuing to read. It said there was no prompt, so it's seeing if it's going to. I'm seeing if it's still going to do it, because if it doesn't do it, then we'll have to just say follow. Here is a manuscript. I need you to follow the instructions given in this project. That's what you would have to do. But it looks like we're not going to have to do that because it's actually doing it on its own. So here, okay, so it says, now that I have the complete manuscript, let me begin systematic fact checking by verifying the key claims. I'll start with the most critical verifiable assertions. And now it's going through and it's finding all of the facts that was mentioned in that manuscript, and it's going through and actually fact checking it right now. So that was a very good question that you asked about that, because I have never covered that before in terms of if you could just take one of these prompts and then go create a custom GPT or something. The reason I would recommend not doing a custom GPT is because, like with ChatGPT, is because you can't always use the latest model that is available. So like for a custom GPT, I don't think you can use like 5.2 in a custom GPT right now. Also same with Claude. If you want to create a Claude project, or if in a Claude project, you can, when you're doing projects, both in ChatGPT and in Claude, you can actually set what you want the model to be. And you always want to make sure it's going to be the most current up-to-date model. So I'm going to take a look at the other questions that are coming in, why we're letting this run, just to see if this works out. And Jared says, love the way you tell. Looking to do the same with my students. Having an outline makes notes taking easier. I love that you like how I'm doing that. Let's see, you're giving people a light speed jump into making money with AI. Hats off. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, Dax. Let's see, Pamela says, I'm new, so I wanted to ask, although a little out of context, do you have the excellent subscription of Midjourney top tier? I'm first week. Assuming that you're the first week inside of AIville, we don't have a Midjourney API directly into AIville yet, but if you do want to use the latest image model, what you can do is just go to AI tools. If you click on ChatGPT, and if you want to do anything with ChatGPT that is image-based, let's say if you tell it to make an image, or you upload a file and tell it to like modify an image, we're using the latest ChatGPT image 1.5. Or if you want to use Google Nano Banana Pro, if you scroll down on our tools, we actually have Nano Banana Pro. The reason I didn't want to put ChatGPT image 1.5 is I guess I could have made it its own tool outside of ChatGPT, but you can use both the latest image models. The only reason we didn't bring in Midjourney's API is because I find ChatGPT image 1.5 actually to be the most superior model at the moment, followed by a close second would be Nano Banana Pro. So I rather give you the best tools inside of AIville, not just access to every tool. Okay, so taking a look here, it looks like it did everything. So back to the question is if we could actually create a project, fill the instructions in the project with the prompt that I gave you, and then just upload files to the project. Absolutely. So you don't ever have to go and put prompts in ever again. So this is everything that it fact checked for us. And again, that was in Claude. You could do the exact same thing in ChatGPT. I always like bouncing around and showing different tools that you can use, because it just also kind of keeps things kind of fresh for those of you that are watching live. Because the thing is when you're watching live, you really never know what I'm going to do. So let's go to the next question. Is it possible to create our personal projects using AI? We don't have the project capability inside of AIville because they don't, through the API that we give you access to, like ChatGPT 5.2 Pro, we can't do the projects and all that kind of stuff. So whenever it opens up to where we can do that, then yeah, we'll absolutely do it. But we don't even have the functionality to do that at the moment. And what's up, Davitt? Coming all the way in from Dallas. And you're welcome. Cool. So that it looks like that was most of the questions that were coming in while we were here live. I try to keep all these live streams right around an hour, and we're right around an hour. So for those of you who don't really know who I am, oh, thank you very much by saying thanks for the info. Looking forward to hearing you at Bot Summit. Yeah. So I'm going to be speaking the second week, I think, in January down in Florida at the AI Bot Summit 5. And I'm going to be one of the talks. I think I have like a 45-minute talk, and I have a really cool talk I'm going to be doing for everybody for 2026. So appreciate that. And it looks like someone, Bazio, said, I use your 5 steps that you provided in the LinkedIn profile optimization live that I did, adding some of my ideas as services to help small businesses keep up with things. I love that. And how do you make the blueprints? Is it through Notion? No, it's all custom coded inside of AIville. So like inside of AIville, to get access to all my blueprints, we actually custom coded this in here. So when you click on AI blueprints, here, let me make it a little bigger since it's kind of getting into the live stream now. So all the blueprints that I do are all right here. So if you ever want to get any of the past blueprints, you can come take a look at our past blueprints, and there's a lot of them. I think we have like 100 and something in here right now. And also, if you want to, here, I'll just show you. So if you click on, for instance, let's say the AI UGC creator, this is one of our most popular blueprints that are inside of AIville. If you click on it, it'll come up, and then you'll see, what it is. You'll see my video after I've done recording. I'll put it in here, and then you can even watch the transcript. So the video is right on top of the blueprint. So you don't have to like jump around to find the video and then come back to the blueprint. So that's the way the blueprints are all laid out. Once I'm done going live, we'll get the videos in here right at the very top. So that's the way the blueprints work inside of AIville. Let's see. I think that is, where in Florida? I will be in Orlando. It's in Orlando at the Florida Hotel? I think it is. And yeah, you can find prompts for famous quotes by name and who said those. Okay, so let's go ahead and just wrap up. So again, for those of you who don't know who I am, or you kind of missed it, you watched an hour of my live stream and you still haven't caught who I was. I am the creator of AIville, which you see on the left side of my screen. So it's the largest community in the world for people who are learning how to use AI. Inside of AIville, we give you access to our AI tools. We have prompts, we have blueprints, we have characters that will actually kind of be your assistants and guide you through how to do things with AI. We've got challenges. You have access to the previous live streams. We also have access to over like 100, I think we're at 112 communities. We're approaching 20,000 members inside of AIville. So it's pretty significant. If you want to do anything with AI, that is AIville. And then this YouTube channel that I have is for people that are not members of AIville that just want to, discover how to live a little bit better of a life with AI. I like to, when I put the blueprints together and put them inside of AIville, I like to go live on my YouTube channel and then just kind of help people that aren't members yet and just kind of give them some ideas of what they can do with AI and kind of keep them ahead of the game, especially going into 2026. So I hope you all enjoyed this. And again, if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications. If you like this video, that helps. If you share this video, that helps. And then I'm going to be going live tomorrow also, which is December 23rd. If you want to put on your calendar ahead of time, it'll be 2 p.m. Central Time tomorrow, December 23rd. So that's all I got for now. Thank you so much for coming, and I will see you tomorrow, hopefully. Bye for now.